Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey friends, I'm Sharon McMahon, longtime government and law teacher, and on my podcast, here's where it gets interesting. I dive deeply into the stories you haven't heard about America's greatest thinkers and figureheads. I also interview many of today's leading cultural experts like Adam Grant, Ken Burns, and Patrick Radden Keefe, who share their insights, challenge us to think in new and innovative ways. So follow Here's Where It Gets Interesting on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Job's life sucks, blah, blah, blah. Job was kind of getting right with God, maybe, blah, blah. His friends still suck, blah, blah, blah.
I think he said something about they're spitting on him or something.
Yeah, blah.
He also mentioned something about a worm or a darkness.
I'm kind of getting a little, sick of hearing Job whine and go on, and his friends bitch and complain.
It's the same thing that we keep saying. He has every right to be upset.
Yeah. Sure.
Right.
No, I get it.
I'm with him.
Man, this is just...
But it's...
Wow.
Do we have to read it, though?
It's getting a little much,
Yeah.
It's a little long-winded.
It's painful. And
I think I get the gist. Can we get to the point, maybe?
Yeah,
That's all.
You're repeating yourself. You're saying the same thing 10 different ways.
But I imagine we probably have to hear more about his friends, bitching at him and him defending his actions, and we're going to go on like this for a little bit longer. So,
well, there's 42 chapters, and
we're not even halfway through.
No.
Yeah.
I keep hoping that there's going to be another chapter where God and Satan are arguing.
I'm looking forward to something where there's, something other than Job and his friends going back and forth.
Forward progress.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just at a standstill.
We couldn't even hardly do a Q&A this last week because what?
It is what it is.
It's just the same shit.
Yeah. They're complaining and he's proclaiming his innocence and God is still great, but what the fuck?
And dude, total sympathy. You lost all your kids. You got boils. I'm with you. But I get it. Let's figure out what to do now.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to figure out what to do. I'm hoping it's coming soon.
I wish,
or at least the beginning of it.
I wish we would see a chapter where he breaks up with his friends. That would be cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't think that's coming, but
I don't either.
We can hope.
Yeah. So anyway, that was Job chapter 17.
Yeah, sure as fuck was.
And today we're going to be doing
Job chapter 18.
All right, let's jump into this.
Okay. Okay, Job chapter 18.
Okay.
Then Bildad the Shuhite replied,
Bildad the Shuhite.
When will you end these fucking speeches? I'm with you, Bill.
I mean, but I could say the same thing about them.
Seriously.
His friends,
all of you guys.
His friends are kind of going on too,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Be sensible, and then we can fucking talk. Ugh. Why are we regarded as cattle and considered stupid in your sight? Because you are stupid and you don't know what the fuck's
they're
going
being
on.
judged. Okay, they're your judgmental neighbor who's going, you should da 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 da, because
Why don't you just...
and without knowing anything about a situation, you know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Like, that's how I feel about those types of people.
Yeah.
You just shut the fuck up.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to judge you for being an asshole and for judging me when you don't know anything about it.
Exactly. He continues, you who tear yourself to pieces in your anger. I mean, you only lost 10 kids and have boils.
Yeah, why would you be angry?
It's just a little trouble.
Yeah.
Is the earth to be abandoned for your sake?
No. I'm going to go with no.
I mean...
Although he did briefly want everybody to suffer on some day or whatever. Like
his birthday.
His birthday, yeah.
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 But I mean, like, he's allowed to be bitchy, you guys. Let him alone.
Right. Besides, you guys are the ones that kind of accosted him about this.
Right? Or must the rocks be moved from their place?
I mean, I sometimes move rocks from their place.
Today I was babysitting a toddler and he was running all over the yard picking up rocks.
He moved some rocks from their place?
Lots of rocks and sticks.
Gotcha.
Rockies and stickies and plowers, yellow plowers.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm mowing and there's a rock in my way, I'm going to move it from its place.
Because if you don't, it'll break the mower.
Right, yeah, so I don't see what moving rocks from their place has to do with anything.
This is dumb. We're being dumb. Sorry, guys. That was dumb just then. Okay, Bildad continues. The lamp of a wicked man is snuffed out. The flame of his fire stops burning. Snuffed out and stops burning. Same thing. Again with the repetition.
Right. But he's calling his friend a wicked man?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The light in his tent becomes dark. The lamp beside him goes out.
Okay.
All the lights and all the lamps and all the snuffed and dark.
Got it.
Okay. The vigor of his step is weakened. His own schemes throw him down. It sounds like karma, like what comes around goes around to bite you in the ass.
Right.
You reap what you sow.
Sure.
Got it.
Again, he's blaming him for things he knows nothing about.
Right.
Yeah.
His feet thrust him into a net. He wanders into its mesh. Oh my God, that reminds me of, there's this Richard Scarry book, which if you have kids, you guys, you need to read these books. They're so fucking cute. They're all like primary colors. And I had a whole bunch of them when I was a kid. And there's one where Mr. Cat or Dad Cat or whatever, I can't remember his name. But anyway, he's walking along reading his newspaper and he's not paying attention to where he's going. And you know what he did?
What did he do?
He walked right into cement. Wet cement.
Oh, man. Not that.
Oh, man.
Did he get stuck?
He got stuck and he had to be pulled out.
You know, that shit only happens in cartoons and comic books and
it's
stuff.
It's the cutest. Lowly Worm is the best. He is so cute. And in the books, like, he's hidden on almost every single page. Like, you kind of like a Where's Waldo, like, find Lowly the Worm.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, there's another one where there's a bunch of rats on a ship and they come to steal stuff and they're gonna take the lunch of this other ship, and the lunch was pie because they're pie rats. Pirates. Tell me that's not cute. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm horrible for dad jokes. It's cute. Richard Scarry, 2 R's.
Yeah.
Yep. His feet thrust him into a net. He wanders into its mesh and also into wet cement. A trap seizes him by the heel. A snare holds him fast. A noose is hidden for him on the ground.
Good Lord.
A trap lies in his path.
Man.
Jesus.
It's got all kinds of problems.
Right? I mean, it's like a tea kettle blows and an oven turns on and bags go around your head and you suffocate.
How many medieval trap scenarios can I come up with? You know, that's what we're going through here.
Right? I'm just like, ugh. Terror startle him on every side and dog his every step. Woof! Dog.
Not that kind of dog.
No, I know. Calamity is hungry for him. I like the word calamity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than chaos, and we don't hear calamity enough.
No. Yeah, we should definitely use calamity more often.
It's hungry for him, that calamity
Got
is.
it, yeah.
Disaster is ready for him when he falls.
Okay.
Isn't the fall itself a disaster?
Could be, depending on how far you fell and what you're falling into.
Jiminy Christmas, this is so... I'm out of words. I hate it. It's too much.
We get it. We get it.
It eats away parts of his skin. Yeah, it does.
I mean,
He's got boils.
Right. Yeah.
Death's firstborn devours his limbs. Yuck.
Man. This sounds like this guy... I mean, this is going to be rough for Job if all this happens, you know?
Mm-hmm. He is torn from the security of his tent and marched off to the King of Terrors.
Not the King of Terrors.
Who's the King of Terrors?
I have no idea.
I might have found us a question.
Possibly.
What's a King of Terrors?
I'm assuming it's Satan, but I don't know.
I haven't heard that one. I've heard Father of Lies.
Right.
Old Scratch.
Yeah.
But
King of Terrors, huh?
I've never heard King of Terrors.
No.
Yeah. Fire resides in his tent. I thought we snuffed the fire. Burning sulfur is scattered over his dwelling. Well, that would indicate demons if you watch the show Supernatural. And so all they need to do is just get some salt.
Right.
Just salt.
And iron.
Iron works. And iron, yeah. And also call Sam and Dean. They'll come help you out.
Yep, for sure.
His roots dry up below and his branches wither above. Yeah, that happens. The memory of him perishes from the earth. So who cares then?
I mean, the memory of most people perishes from the earth.
Right?
So,
that's my sister's biggest fear is
really?
That nobody will remember her when she's gone.
I'm good with it, really.
But I'm like, but you'll be gone, though.
Yeah, you won't give a fuck.
You'll be gone.
Right. So who cares?
But it, really bothers her that, probably her grandchildren might know her name.
Right.
But her great-grandchildren, very unlikely.
Right.
And then the next generation down won't even give a lick that she lived.
Right.
And I'm
that's basically true.
That is what happens.
Right.
That is, life keeps going.
Right.
And we die and it's sad and then it's not sad anymore because life keeps going.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
it's just one of those things.
We don't all get to live in infamy.
Right.
Unless we do something major, and if that's really a concern, then do something major.
Sure.
Make a thing.
But even then, your name still might fade over time.
Right? We can't all be Shakespeare.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
The memory of him perishes from the earth. He has no name in the land.
Well, Job kept his name around for quite some time.
Sure did. He is driven from light into the realm of darkness and is banished from the world.
Not that.
No. He has no offspring. Well, he does, but they're dead.
He did.
Yeah. And he probably could have more because...
Right, he's not dead
if
yet.
If he had 10, he could probably have 20 more.
Sure, why not?
Or descendants among his people. So no offspring or descendants.
Right. That generally would kind of follow.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. No survivor where once he lived.
So again, is that with the descendant thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to make sure we cover it 3 times.
3 times.
So that way we really drill it home.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
People of the West are appalled at his fate.
But the East, they're good.
Well, and they don't mean West like America. They just mean the West in that little corner that they're familiar with.
Right. Which what the fuck does that mean?
Italy. Right? Like Greece.
But I mean, seriously though.
That's what they mean by West.
But what is... Whatever.
The West, meaning that land over there.
Okay.
Yeah. They are appalled at his fate. If they remember him, which I thought you said they didn't.
Right.
Those of the East are seized with horror.
Oh, there we go. There's the people of the East.
Yeah.
They just have slightly different reactions, apparently.
Well, one is appalled and the other is
seized. Right. Okay.
Surely such is the dwelling of an evil man. Such is the place of one who does not know God. The end.
Okay.
You don't know God, so you're...
I don't know God.
No, but I mean, this friend is
he's
looking at Job and saying, you don't know God, you evil son of a bitch.
Right. I think it's time for them to go.
Yeah.
You guys need to go.
I'm done.
You need to pack up your shit and get the fuck out of here.
I'm not saying that you need to leave altogether, but you do need to leave me.
Right,
You know?
right. Yeah, if you're
Bye.
gonna stay, shut the fuck up. If
Right.
you're gonna go, if you're not, then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I can't with you.
Right. I call trespassing.
Yeah.
You're trespassing. Get the fuck off my land.
I need to be.
Get the fuck out of here.
I need to be allowed to mourn in my own time and be as bitter and angry as I want to be, or as I just am.
It's almost like his friends are part of the curse of what's happening to him.
Yeah.
Like, good God, man, you're having to endure all this shit that happened to you, and then on top of that, you have to listen to these fucks go on and on about how shitty you are.
Right. For chapters and chapters and
My
chapters.
God, it's awful.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate him,
But
and
I mean,
I hate his
I
friends.
also don't like, Job's going up, on and on about all kinds of shit too. So
He is, but I mean, he has the right to. But
right.
the only reason that we have to listen to him is because we have to listen to his stupid fucking friends.
Right.
If
right.
we didn't have to listen to his stupid
Job
fucking
wouldn't
friends,
be going on and on if it wasn't for his friends going on and on.
Right.
So it's like a vicious circle of shittiness.
It really is. And snuffed candles and whatever.
And darkness.
Fires that go out and leave you in the dark.
Nooses. And all kinds of shit.
Traps.
Yep.
Some trouble.
It's just some trouble.
It is definitely some trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Job chapter 18.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow to find out what else his friends are going to say with
Job chapter 19.
We'll see you guys then.
Yep.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey friends, I'm Sharon McMahon, longtime government and law teacher, and on my podcast, here's where it gets interesting. I dive deeply into the stories you haven't heard about America's greatest thinkers and figureheads. I also interview many of today's leading cultural experts like Adam Grant, Ken Burns, and Patrick Radden Keefe, who share their insights, challenge us to think in new and innovative ways. So follow Here's Where It Gets Interesting on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.